Alright, I'm going to show you another tour of my house, but this time more detailed. So I guess I'll start with my computer. So let me open it up. Put this hatch right here. Pull that out. Alright. So the tray at the bottom has the two CPUs. You can see the heat sinks right here. 2 quad cores, and then these are 1 gig, the RAM sticks. I have 6 of them. There's 3 up front. Turn night vision on. Then there's 3 more in the back. Oh, and there's a little fan built in. That's pretty cool. And you can see that. Then there's also a fan up there. And there's my graphics card. It's an NVIDIA with like 512 megs of RAM. Then up here there's the trays. If you look closer, you can see little numbers on them. You can pull them out, and each of them can hold a hard drive. So you can have 4 hard drives. I can't pull that one out because it's turned on right now. But you can have tons of hard drives in there, 4 of them. Then up there's the power supply and the disk drive, stuff like that. Then I'll show you my uninterrupted power supply, or battery backup like John would say. And you can see right now it's at 115 volts. And the reason it's so low, the reason it's not at 120 is because I have the light turned on. So let me turn the light off. Alright. So it's back up at 121. So the bulbs I have up there are 2 500 watts. And once I turn them on, you can see the voltage lower. So let me do that. Should be really cool. Hold on. Alright. Okay, I'm gonna turn it on now. You can see how it goes down to 114. So a lot of power being burned right there. Alright, now I'll show you my Dreamcast. That is a controller my brother bought. He likes to buy these controllers with like the turbo buttons and stuff like that. This one doesn't really have one, but he likes the special ones like rubber grip and stuff. I'm more old school. I like more of these regular. Then we have, next I'll show you my mouse. It's completely wireless, doesn't need any batteries. It's magnetic, so you have to stay on that pad. If you move off the pad, then it doesn't pick up on it. It's pretty cool. It has back and forth buttons, scroll wheel. If you look real close, you can see that it has a tiny little button at the tip. It's a left click button, so whenever you hit the surface, it left clicks, and you don't have to be touching the pad to actually move the mouse. So it's really cool to see that. So you move around. Then it has 2 buttons, left and right click. And it also has a button in the back. So if you're working with Adobe Fireworks or Photoshop, you can just flip the pen around and just start erasing. So that's pretty cool. Then this computer has a whole bunch of just cards. It has a wireless card built in. That's my old wireless card. It's already kind of broken, but it still works. There's a FireWire card with 3 slots right there. This is my old video card that I bought in Montana, which is my pride and joy, my first video card I ever bought. I have this computer networked to the other computer with a Cat5 cable. And then you can see at the bottom there's just a network card laying around, which I don't use. Underneath all this is a stereo, which I have backwards, so I can plug my Dreamcast wires into the stereo, and then I can get sound from the big speakers behind my desk, which is right here. It's behind my monitor. That is pretty much it. So now you see my whole setup there. Let me show you the outside. Alright, there's the gun shop, Gallinsons. There haven't been any shootings here. There's a parking garage off in the distance. There's a big tall building. And then there's another tall building at the edge, Wells Fargo building. You can see there's a lot of traffic, so I just like to keep the window closed. There's not a lot of tall buildings just down the street. You can see the mountains, which is where I shoot my movies a lot. The mountain that I shoot my movies at is just down this road to the left. And you can see the library right there at the very end. That big, tall, curvy building is the library, public library. Let me just close that. Turn the light back on. Alright, over here is paperwork, which you've already seen. When I ever feel like writing something or I'm on a road trip, I'll use these and just write stuff while I'm driving, which is pretty risky, but I still do it. All these binder things are for different kinds of discs, as you've already seen. The ones at the bottoms are Dreamcast games, then I have archives of just movies I made, and the thicker ones, and then at the very top is my music collection, which isn't very large. I don't keep it on discs. That light takes a while to light up. It's not very bright yet, but it's one of those fluorescent twirly lights, which doesn't take up a lot of power. So there's my fridge. It doesn't look very colorful, so let me just go to night vision. Okay, doesn't look very appetizing at all now. There's some vegetables, apples, stuff like that. Bread. Lori brought a lot of bread over for some reason. There's some fish, milk, the dairy. I buy everything in bulk. There's oats and ramen noodles. Oh, and this is just about the best seasoning you can buy. Johnny's seasoning salt. It makes anything delicious. So that's pretty cool. Alright. And I actually have a tomato. It's a pretty big tomato right here. So that's pretty nice. Hopefully it'll turn red soon. Cherry tomatoes. Let me show you my breakers. Alright, as you can see, there's this dual breaker that's responsible for my solar panels. You could just turn the solar panel off, but it doesn't save you any money doing that.